Hi, Rabbi Daniel Brenner here to talk a little bit about the 25 to 28-year-old subset of young Jewish adults. Now, successful outreach to the 25 to 28-year-old subset has a lot to do with your knowledge of the 25 and 28-year-olds in your little neck of the woods and whether or not they are in a committed romantic relationship or not. Here's what I mean by that. When I was working with Birthright Israel, we were able to do a lot of data mining to understand the Birthright Israel alumni population. And we found that young women at age 24 and young men at age 25 and a couple of months were actively, for the first time, pursuing the world of Match.com and JDate and all the rest. They were finally thinking seriously about romantic relationship. And this has been termed by a number of folks as a quarter life crisis. I don't like to think of it as a crisis. I actually think it's an incredible and beautiful thing that people are thinking seriously about being in a lifelong relationship. But it is this quarter life crisis mode in which they're not only questions about who am I going to spend my life with, but who am I going to be in my life. So questions around graduate school and graduate school education are primary for the 25 to 28-year-old set, even those 25 and 28-year-olds who are not in graduate school. And that has a lot to do with the fact that many of their peers, many of their friends from high school or from college, have now figured out what it is that they want to do. And they're in lots of conversations with those folks, and they're hearing about what graduate school is all about. So the 25 to 28-year-old period is this period of taking life seriously. It's a period of intense spiritual and philosophical questions that relate to who a person is going to be as an adult. There's a wonderful researcher, Jeffrey Arnett, who teaches at Clark, and he's asked this question again and again: when do you really feel like an adult? And in American life, young adults don't really feel like full adults until the age 25. It happens to be that neuroscientists will tell us that the full connections between the prefrontal cortex and the rest of the brain mechanisms also finish their growth at age 25. So it's interesting that culturally and scientifically we're all in sync right now in terms of 25 as being a key age. But again, it's this 24 to 28-year-old period, which is this really important and intense period of serious relationships and also serious pursuit of study towards career. So if you're doing programs that are aiming to reach the 25 to 28-year-old set, it's really important to know who in this group is coupled and who isn't, and to have separate strategies for reaching out to those folks who are really coupled and those folks who are not. It's also important to be really aware that these professional concerns are a driver of a lot of the free time that people have on the weekend or in the evening. So any programs or events that are connected to networking or learning about that professional concern can be really, really successful with this group. One other factor that's important in this group, and this is true for close to half of the Jewish 25 to 28-year-olds. These are folks who are seriously dating non-Jews. And they are looking, more than anything, they are looking for an opportunity to show their non-Jewish partner a positive, inclusive Judaism. The most important work in this group are 25 to 28-year-olds who are enrolled in synagogues or JCCs at an Introduction to Judaism class with a non-Jewish partner. These, and there are thousands of young Jewish adults who are doing this, these folks are the most intent on helping their non-Jewish partner to understand what it means to love Judaism. Very important group to focus on. But think about all of the thousands that are not in a class. They're looking for some kind of event which they feel will be the right first event for their non-Jewish partner to see what connects them to the Jewish community. And it's often that they don't have the right family event to connect them. So they're looking towards Jewish institutions to figure out what it's going to be. That is very important for close to half of young Jewish adults in this category between the age of 25 and 28. Now I'm going to move on to the last category, young Jewish adults between the age of 28 and 32.